All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Okay, so today we're looking at QNGY. It's looking pretty okay here. We're going from lows of $1.39 here to highs of $1.95, so we got a pretty good range. It looks like the more immediate range is somewhere closer to $1.72 to maybe $1.91, which is still not bad. I would like to see this come down a little bit, but right now I think it's sitting right on that VWAP line, so that's okay as well. SPRC is also looking pretty good here, going from 95 cents all the way to a high here of $1.23. So we've got a good range there. We're just below that VWAP line. I'd be looking to see if this can break above VWAP on open. AGLE doesn't have a whole lot going for it, but popped up on the scanner. We don't have a lot on the scanner right now, so figured we'd leave it up for a little bit. HTCR is not looking too bad here. It's kind of been ranging for most of the day, going from lows of $1.67 to highs of 208. The immediate range is probably a little bit slimmer here, going from $1.74 to $1.86, but still not too bad. Market should be opening here pretty quick. We got DAIO, same as AGLE, and then we've got Epics, which is something I also want to watch pretty closely here because we do have a lot of levels to work off of from pre-market and yesterday's market and a couple days prior. So here we go on open. We'll see if this starts to run. QNGY holding nicely. Epics is looking to run, so I think we're probably gonna be jumping in on this. Let's hope we don't get burned by Epics again today. I'd be looking probably to get in for 460 on that support area. We're going to be looking to get at least $5 out of that with a 4. What are we going to give this for a stop? We could probably give it about a 420 stop. That's a pretty big one. Or not 420, sorry, 440. Yeah, it's pretty big, but you know what? I think we could use some of that room here. If it starts dropping too fast and that 200 EMA doesn't pull up close enough, I think we'll probably cut early, but it's good to give it that little extra room right now. We do have QNGY starting to run as well. SPRC is running through, breaking through that VWAP. We have HTCR. Everything's running right this second, so looking good here. HTCR is actually looking pretty good. I like the way this is setting up, so I want to jump in on HTCR as well. We're probably going to go for an entry around this line here, so $1.78. We're going to go for a $1.78 entry, go for a $1.90 PT, and a $1.70, probably $1.74 stop. I think that's probably pretty reasonable. We're already back up, so we dropped as low as $1.79. We see it back up to $1.85. Just trying to keep up with the ledger here so I don't miss anything. Epics at 470 currently. So it did drop down to 459, so very, very close to the entry we wanted. Looks like it's bouncing up to 470. This is a decent place to take a little bit off the table, so taking some profit. Epics about 470. I'm gonna say 475-ish, but if it only goes up to 471, 472, there's nothing wrong with taking there either. SPRC up to 116 here, hits 118, HTCR 185. Currently, we can go ahead and take a little bit there as well. Taking some profit. HTCR 185. All right. It's not a huge profit on this one, but we do want to secure some so that we don't have to watch it as closely, right? SPRC is not looking too bad. QNGY is going for a massive run here. I think this might be a play we need to jump in on. This could be really high. This could be a mistake for sure, but this could be something that continues its run for a while. So kind of a tricky place to be. We'll see if this breaks down from VWAP here. I'd like to see that body close above it again. Now close below, but might poke back above. We'll give it a minute. HTCR still holding, AGLE not doing anything, DIO not doing anything, TBLE not doing much, QNGY still going, man. I really need to jump in on this, I think. Oh, that's so risky though. What are we at here? We just ran from $1.92 to 213. That's a pretty big one. You know what? I think I'm liking SPRC as a safer bet here. It might not even be a safer bet, but we'll see. SPRC, $1.12, go for about $1.25. And then I think $1.10 should honestly be good, but I think we can afford to give it a couple more cents here. So you could probably put $1.09 or even $1.08 if you wanted to. I'm gonna go with $1.09 though, because I'm okay with the 3% stop. And you know what? I honestly, unless we could get below this $1.06 mark, I don't think it's really gonna matter too much. Okay, so we're running up to the $1.17 mark. Depending where you got in here, you're looking for about 4 to 5 cents profit. So at $1.17, I think I just make about 5 cents there. No, I make 4 cents there. Yeah, I'll take a little bit there. Making some profit on SPRC, $1.17. Okay. Epic still holding 450 zone, which is good, but we did see a little bit more of a drop there to 445. We did hit that bottom band. We could see this start to curl up, but we might hit stop just as easily. That 200 is not pulling up fast enough for us. HTCR all the way back down did break out to 189, so another decent place to take a little bit, but we are hitting that bottom band and coming back up from $1.77, so it's not looking too bad here. So yeah, I would say if your next scale out point should be around $1.90, and that's going to be basically PT. And then you can hold some for $1.95 or even $2. I know $2 can be a psychological barrier, so you know, up to you whether you want to wait for that. Assuming we don't stop out on the remainder here on HTCR. Epix drops down to stop. So we were kind of expecting that with how that was looking. Right off the 200 EMA, though, this could be good. QNG is still going. I guess we're going to jump in on it. Because we just missed like 20 or 30 cents of profit because we're hesitating. So sometimes you can't really hesitate. You just have to take that chance. We are ranging quite a bit here, going from 249 to 233. So that's a huge, huge candle. So, I mean, like, I would like to get in around 230 if we can. We're probably... This is hard. Probably going to go for about 250 on it with a 2... Can't afford 10 cents here, so I'm going to give it a 225 stop out, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to go 225. I'm gonna hold off for a second here, I think. I'll send out the alert now, though. We'll see where this goes. SPRC $1.19 here, almost $1.20. We did see $1.21 here, $1.22. So again, you know what? That's plenty of profit there. So make sure you're scaling out. After we've hit $1.22, our next scale out point is probably going to be closer to $1.30. $1.22. Probably go for $1.26. That'll be the next point we want to try. So we're going to see if Epix holds on this 200 here on the 1 minute. QNGY back up, 248, 254, almost 260 right there. So go ahead and take some profits. QNGY, 260-ish. Because we're up pretty good here. Okay. Looking good. Epix with a slight bounce here. See, what worries me is we took a lot of plays on this yesterday and it didn't work out. SPRC blowing past that 126, hitting 131, 132. So make sure you're taking profits. This is another huge play. So with Epix, yeah, we took this yesterday, kind of the same scenario, and it didn't really work out. So we did touch stop on HTCR, which is a real bummer because this actually ran up all the way back up to 185. But this does give us an opportunity to buy back in down here. I'm sure it'll, wow, it just gapped up. I don't know if we're going to get another opportunity, at least not quickly here. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate though. So I kind of want to give Epix a minute here to see if it can hold. We're at 270 here on QNGY, so go ahead and take a little bit more off the table. Profit QNGY, 270-ish. Oh, wow, we're almost at 280, so might as well say 280-ish at this point. Every time I type a number, I look back and we're like 10 cents higher. I'm just going to say 290 here. Looks like I took some out right before a halt here, which is preferable, I suppose. We're going to see how this unhalts, though. Epics does look like it's holding, so I do want to take another position on Epics. We're probably looking closer to a 440 entry. I'm going to go for it. I still want to hit $5 today, and then I want to go with a 4... You know what? 430 is probably good. But I do want to check a couple of other scales here. So 2 minutes looking the same, 5 minutes looking the same. So we're good with a 430 stop then. I'd be very surprised if I saw this breakdown from there then. QNGY halted. We've got SPRC running some more here. 134 around 135. Another good place to take a little bit off the table. Epics down, yeah. Are you jumping in now on Epics? Yeah, about now. Anywhere around 440 is okay. 443 is not bad. You know, with a stock like this, you could probably give it about 15 cents of room. So, you know, if you're as long as you're within that 15-cent range from wherever you get into 430 is fine. Okay, SPRC running up to 434. Didn't quite touch 435. Not really willing to take it 434 because that's only a couple cents higher than where I was. We are back down at HTCR to the 175 area. We're bearish right now. Volume's kind of lower, so not really liking that. I think we're going to leave that be for now. We're doing okay on Epic so far. QNGY still halted. That was 638, 640. Got about 3 minutes left on that halt. SPRC is looking good here. 132. Probably going to push for that 135. Remember, we said we were going to take a little bit off the table there. After that, we got a 141 resistance from way back when. So, I mean, we could probably look at taking some off that as well. We probably have some other stuff we can look at. So we're going to get rid of... Actually, this one started to pick up. It's got some good volume now. The range isn't bad. Oh, we hit that top resistance area. Let's see if it breaks through. Okay, we'll leave that open for now then. This one can go though. I really hope this ticker doesn't look good because I really don't want to say ZYXI every time. That's just, that is too much work. It's not really a price range I like. The range on it's not terrible, but I think at this point, the name itself also makes me not want to play it. We'll move on. STXR, we're going from $1.06 here to $1.16, so not a huge range, but it's okay. Yeah, I guess that's really it for now. We'll leave that open for now. SPRC back down to the 9 EMA. Should have 2 minutes left on QNGY on halt. Epics had a really nice candle there, all the way up to 460. If you caught that, definitely a good place to take a little bit off the table and secure a little bit of profit. So I mean, whether you did or didn't, about 455 is a good place to take a little bit, and then you could take around that 460 area. Obviously, we see some resistance there. We're gonna look at about 470 for the next scale out, and then about 480 once we break through that resistance. SPRC breaking down a little bit further than the 9 EMA, hitting a support area and bouncing. HTCR continues its breakdown here. So it's a good thing we didn't touch it quite yet. Still very bearish. In fact, a lot more bearish than the last time we looked. Could be a good opportunity to make a play off of a recovery here, but I'm not feeling quite that risky, I guess. I don't really see... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's been ranging, so it breaking down past this low here of 167 kind of worries me. But we'll see if it can come back. Yeah, about 2 minutes left on this. Or 1 minute maybe, something like that. Epics here, not really doing a whole lot. SPRC bouncing off the 9 EMA still. HTCR, you know what? This is coming back, which is weird. It's just weird. We could probably try and take a play off this, I guess. Nothing else is really moving quite this quite the second. HTCR, we're going to be looking at probably, I would like to get like $1.71 if we see that drop, or something close to it. We're going to go for that $1.85 mark with a $1.68 stop loss. You know, we could probably use a little more room on that, but I'm not really trusting this too much. But wherever you get in, make sure you give it at least 3 cents. You don't necessarily need to give it more if you don't want to, but you could go up to about 4 or 5 cents if you wanted to. So, I mean, if you got in here around $1.74, you're probably looking at about $1.79 to take some profits here. And then you're going to be looking, yeah, probably about the 185 area for more profits. If we break through that top resistance, you're probably looking at $1.90. We'll see if we can get there. Okay. QNGY opens up pretty nicely here. We're seeing up to 325. So let's go ahead and secure a little bit more here. Taking more profit, QNGY, about 320-ish. I'm sure if you're at least a little bit patient here, you might be able to walk away with even a little higher than 320, but you know what? I want to make sure I'm securing some here. There we go, 330. 340. Ooh, it's getting close to taking profits again on this. Look at this, 360. Man, I love when things run like this. This makes my job so easy. Taking profits again, QNGY around 360. This thing is absolutely flying. Look at this. We're almost at 370. That's nuts. We literally went from $1.78 and doubled it in 15 minutes tops. It's on your ban list? Yeah, it dropped again, didn't it? Yep. Yeah, so maybe you walked away with some profit on Epics, maybe you didn't. But yeah, it's starting to not really make sense where and why it's dropping, right? So we'll just stay away from that one for now. HTCR is down pretty big here, so if you didn't get your entry yet, you could have looked at about the $1.71 mark, or lower, depending where you got in. This could be really good if you haven't got in yet. I mean, if you're thinking about getting in here at 166, I kind of missed my entry here, so I'm thinking about 166 here. You're probably going to want to put this 3 cents below, so 163, which is probably the best case scenario, because you don't want this to break a new low, and if it does, then we want to let it go. So if you're in at $1.66, $1.63 stop. If you were in higher, you probably stopped out already. But this could be another opportunity for you to take. AGLE is looking okay here. Did have a nice run going from 66 cents to 75 cents, so not too bad. It got rejected off that Dio 381 resistance. This could be another opportunity down here around that 360 area as well. I have gotten into HTCR now. You're all out. You know what? All out is not a bad thing here. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think this is something that needs a good pullback, and I'm just about out of shares anyway, so I'm okay with the pullback on this. SPRC, yeah, this one's not looking too great. I'm not sure if I would want to take a play off this right now. I think that was a really steep drop. We had a lot of selling there. I think buyers are going to have to step up on this. We didn't break a new low, which is good. Two bullish candles here. Could be worth it. HTCR is holding here, not recovering immediately, which kind of worries me. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what this looks like in a minute. Might actually just get stopped out on that anyway. Epics looks like it's coming back here, but you know what? I'm not really sure I trust this. I mean, I walked away with profit the first time and the second time, but not a lot. And it was probably honestly more a waste of trades than anything, because we're not making a lot of money on that. Yeah, Bix is holding. Yeah, so I'm watching SPRC here to see if it breaks down lower. If it does, I'll probably leave it alone. If I see it recovering, might take a play on it. In any case, that 200 EMA is very close, at least on the 1 minute. 5 minute, you got lots of a drop to go, but you know what? On the 5 minute, this is still looking pretty good. I do like this 109 area. I think I'm going to go ahead and try SPRC 109. Yeah, see, we can only afford a 3 cent stop, so we can't really afford to be super wrong on this. We might have to give this 4 cents. So I would like to bring this up to 120 and then a 105 stop. So if you can get lower than 109, I think it's probably optimal, but if you have to stretch that stop loss to get it to $1.05 here, that might be worth it. If you can get lower than $1.09 and you think you can get your stop loss down below the 200 here, that would be even better. This looks like it's about to break down, so I'm kind of waiting a little bit here. I don't want to miss an opportunity to jump in at 109 though, so it's kind of a catch-22. Okay, HCTR does look like it's coming back. So $1.66 up to $1.73 here. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of profit. Oops, some profit. HCTR $1.72. Okay. SPRC still holding $1.09. We did see a drop down to $1.07, so not a bad place to get in. I'm sure we're going to see a recovery out of this. With $1.07, you could put your stop down. You know, we're talking 4 cents here, so $1.03 is pretty reasonable, and I guess that puts us, while it's pretty close to that 200 EMA, it's below it, so that helps our case a little bit. QNGY, it looks like it's going to run again. I'm going to have to buy more shares here, so QNGY. This is getting very risky, so 360. I'm going to go for $4 with a 345 stop loss. It's pretty risky in terms of just how big these candles are, how quickly you could get stopped out, and the fact that we've already ran up like 100% here. But we're already at 385, so you know what? This is kind of looking okay. HY, about 385, can take some profits. Even if it's not like a ton of profits from where you jumped in, it's still looking fairly decent, so. Remember, you only really need about 10 cents. Like maybe on something like this, you'd want 12 cents, but 390, I'll take it. But you know what? The thing is, we're also up really high right now, so taking profits a little bit early can probably lessen our risk here, and then we get the possible fruition of a really good price point and see this climbing all the way to $4 pretty quickly here. Back to $1.11 here on SPRC. You know what? If you got $1.07, $1.11's looking pretty good. Taking profit. SPRC $1.11, because that's about 4%. And we can't really pass that up. QNGY, I'm hoping for that break of $4. If we hit $4, we might see some psychological resistance, but I think we're going to blow through it just with how bullish this is. But I'd like to see that volume keep up, and MACD needs to make its decision, and we need some more buyers to step up. Problem is, like, buying near a high here becomes like ultra risky for day traders, and we need to find those day traders that are willing to do that. HGRC is starting to break back down, so definitely a good thing to take some profits, right? What am I talking about? HGRC? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's still looking okay. We are getting close to that stop out zone again, but you know what? That is to be expected to bounce off this 164 area a couple times. We'll see if this can hold. SPRC still not looking terrible. QNGY starting to show a little bit of possible signs of a reversal here, but we did make quite a bit of cash off this already, so I'm not really too worried about it. You're looking for 113? I think you'll probably get it. We do have quite a bit of resistance here at this $1.11, almost $1.12 mark, right? So If we can break that, I think $1.13 is definitely attainable. $1.15, you might see a little bit of resistance because the 20 EMA is there, but we'll have to wait and see on that one, I think. You bet it's going to come down to the 9 EMA. I hope that 9 EMA starts coming up towards that stop because that's very, very close to my stop. Back up to 380. These candles don't look big, but they are 360 all the way to 382. Yeah, it did bounce off it nice last time. Actually, a couple times. So, yeah. Apex curling. Of course it's curling. Look at that candle. You know what? This does look like a good curl. We had a nice consolidation here. The one thing I'm worried about is we also had a nice consolidation here, and then a nice consolidation here, and we've just seen drop after drop, right? And that's what got us yesterday on Epics. Today we were smarter about it, took a little bit more earlier. And if I played it again, I probably would do the same, which is fine, but yeah, this one definitely is dropping now. So we're hitting our stop on QNGY for the remainder, but I think that's okay. As long as we don't break into a new low here, I'm honestly considering probably jumping back in just with how volatile this is. We could probably make some more money off it, but we'll wait and see. Yeah, with Epics, like you're looking 430 to 450, so you're looking at a 20-cent range on a $4 stock. Not great. 20-cent range on a $3 stock is a little bit better, and you can get this a lot faster. So, where did I get on SPRC? $1.08. Okay, and Epic's still looking like it's curling. SPRC is still holding. HTCR also still holding. I can't say it looks great right now with all of these wicks on top and all that going on, lower volume, but we still have some left, and it's fingers crossed that moves up. QNGY going for another pop here, it looks like. Ah, crap, we're gonna have to buy back in. MACD's curling up. Yep, that's definitely a good thing. As long as price action is accompanying it. QNGY, yeah, 360 again, I guess. I mean, I was kind of looking forward to getting below 340 there, but it didn't give it quite to us there. So yeah, 360, gonna go for $4 because I really want to break that $4 mark. And I guess, yeah, 345 is like the maximum we can give this. We can't really afford to give it more than 15 cents from where we get in, which is kind of a blessing and a curse with how volatile this is, right? Because you can make money quickly and you can lose your stop very, very quickly. So it's going to take a while here to maybe get the proper entry on something like this. AGLE is not looking terrible. HTCRA, nice curl up. Okay, 170. There's still hope. SPRC starting to move back down a little bit. Volume pretty low, which kind of worries me. Epics, yeah, it's doing okay. QNGY at 380 here. We can go ahead and take a little bit off the table. So profit, QNGY. I feel like my keyboard is slightly on tilt here. Yeah, that's not terrible. It's about 15 cents profit from where I got in. So, I mean, for me, I have to put a 350 stop, which is actually even worse, but I'm having a really hard time getting this exactly at 350. Let's put that there and drag it down. There we go. But let's see what happens here. Yeah, it did drop to 337. Hopefully this starts to move back up. We still have MACD pointing down, volume's relatively low, so that's kind of a problem. SPRC hitting that bottom support area. Let's see if it holds. HTCR, nice jump up to 174. We're still looking for about $1.80 for the next scale out. AGLE, nice bump here. We're seeing quite a bit of volume. Price action's a little bit hard to read on this, but it's not impossible. This could be something worth playing. The range on it's not like fantastic though. like bottom to top 5 cents there. Dio here not looking too bad, I guess. CXT or CTXR not doing well. QNGY kind of struggling. Or consolidating, whatever you want to call it. When I'm this close to stop, I call it struggling. We've got Tusk popping up. We could take a look at this. I do not like how spotty that price action is. BTCY as well. Same story. I got Duo popping up. Duo's looking not very good, to be honest. SND. Yep, same story. Yeah, I think we're good with what we got here. Lameo ran up into a halt. I'm pretty sure I remember playing this stock at like 30 cents or something. Yeah. Yeah, I also think that QNGY is going to go, which is why I keep getting into it, and it keeps stopping me out after I get my first PT. So I'm like, I'm okay with that because I'm still walking with profit, but I'm also like, we can't give it a huge stop, right? Because like realistically, I'd want my stop at 333. So unless I see a drop down to like 345, I won't get that 333 stop. It hasn't stopped me out yet. It's come pretty close, but we'll see. We'll see. Lameo, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's popping up on the halt scanner. We don't have a lot halting today, actually, but that's okay because QNGY is looking okay. Of course, it stops me out as soon as I say that. What do we have for trades here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got one more trade, and it might be QNGY. Around that 340 area, I have to say. Who thinks that's a good ticker? Some millennial. I would totally name my company LMAO on the stock exchange. Yeah, I'm looking at 340 on QNGY, I think. 340. Still trying to push for $4. I think it's got it in it. And then we're gonna go for probably that 330. Yeah, we can go 325 on it. And I'm okay with that. I like 325. It's a decent area below that 20 EMA. Gives it a little bit of breathing room. Bands are coming in tight, so it's looking okay. I do think that we have a chance that this breaks bearish and starts breaking down, but at the same time, you know, you gotta take that chance because this is the thing that's actually moving quite a bit here. So we're gonna have to wait and see if that can start breaking out. Maybe hit that $4 mark. We just hit the half an hour mark on trading and we're like out of trades. Because basically QNGY, I think we took like five trades on it. 1, 2, 3, 4 trades on it. Yeah, so that was like half our trading, all in QNGY. Short locates are getting expensive. Good. Good. No more shorting it. I want to see this go up. AGLE is not looking bad either. 70 cents, 78 cents. We're just getting a little bit better on it. Epic's back down, so that's kind of what I was afraid of. It would have had to have broken above that 450 area for this to not really look like a dead cat bounce. Went $2 in 20 minutes. Yeah, it did. All right, so we're pretty close to the entry point here. We saw 330 here, so you could actually jump in even lower if you want to. 330 is not bad. So if you get in 330, I'm going to be moving my stop probably down to 330. You could probably do 315, depending where you get in here. We're still dropping a little bit, so you might still have a little bit more room to wait. Jumping into QNGY 330-ish. Yeah, so around 330 is good. We just did break bearish on that MACD, but bands are still coming in pretty tight. If it breaks in a little bit tighter, I think there's a good chance that we can actually start to see this pull back up. Otherwise, we might just be looking at a stop out. So first scale it since I got on 330 is going to be 345. give it a 15 cent. You know, you're risking 15 cents, so you're 1-to-1 on your first scale. That's not a bad option. Past that, 365 is not looking bad for a second scale out. Then maybe 385 if we hit that. SPRC is still holding. HTCR, yeah, hasn't hit any higher, but it hasn't stopped us out. It's come real close though. AGLE, nice volatility spike there. It's a little high on that MACD for me. 340. Oh, I put this at 344. I meant 345. Right there. In any case, we're getting pretty close, so I'm going to start putting out the alert here. Taking some profits. QNGY 345. We're almost at 350. Same. I'm going to take some here then. Looks like we hit 349 there, not doing too bad. At least we're starting to see that curl up. MACD might break positive again here, which would be good to see. Bottom band very, very close to coming in contact with our stop here. If it breaks past it, that would be definitely good for us. Of course, you know, we did run up a huge amount, so seeing a knife at any point here would not really surprise me. But you know what? I got my first scale out again on QNGY, so I can't really complain when that happens. Because at least I know I'll break out at least even, if not better. Am I still in SPRC? Yeah, still holding some SPRC. Could be holding this for quite some time. QNGY giving it back a little bit here. Still fairly bullish looking candle. I think AGLE could be a good trade. I am out of trade, so any alerts that come through now for new stocks are not trades that I'm taking on the account. Do I suggest getting in? Probably not. Volume's too low. Oh, I still like SPRC. Got it. I misread that. I think am I still in it. Yeah, the volume's kind of low right now. I mean, it's holding the level really nicely here at 107, and you have the 200 EMA right below it. So, I mean, theoretically, it looks good in that regard, but the low volume kind of makes me think that you might just get trapped in this for a long time. QNGY, still looking okay, I guess. Bottom band starting to point down, which is not necessarily what we want to see. Dio with a nice jump there, 375 to almost $4. So now this is starting to get a little bit more range. The volume's just so sporadic here. I really don't like it. We're gonna have to wait and see on QNGY, I guess. This could really go anywhere. Yeah, not a lot left to look at. Well, I hit my daily goal. Thanks. Have a good weekend. Yeah, have a good weekend, man. It's a good way to end the week. Dio 390 again. SPRC 109, not looking terrible. At QNGY, looking like it's making a small push here. I think we're starting to develop some resistance around this 340 area, which is kind of not good for us, but let's see here. We shall see. You beat it? Oh, you bet. Got it. Got it. I hope it curls here because I'm still holding some. Average is 111, so hopefully we get a little bit more out of it. I was hoping to see 120. QNGY bottom band coming up again. That's good news. Volume slightly picking up. I may just be biased because I'm already in it and wanting to see that, but HDCR is 170, yeah. So we're again looking half decent on this. You know, this is a good chance to get out of break even or better, but I'm still gonna hold because I don't have like a ton left, and I really want to see like $1.80 at least. New keyboard. Is it a Corsair keyboard or a Ducky keyboard? Corsair. Nice. Is it a K100? I'm usually not a fan of Corsair things. I find that their stuff breaks, but their mechanical keyboards are pretty good. Like, I would never get a Corsair headset. I have like 3 friends who just swear by it, but they've bought like 3 or 4 headsets in the time I've had this, and I've had this headset for like 5 or 6 years. Still works just fine. AGLE just won't stop. I think I have to put out an alert for this. K95, that's not bad either. AGLE, 0.80. You know, probably going up to 0.90 at least with a 0.78 stop loss. AGLE. Man, QNGY is going for like the longest consolidation of my life here. SPRC slight breakout. We see slightly breaking above that $1.12 mark. Let's hit a new high here. I'd like to see this above $1.14 to actually say this is turning bullish. Lameo is doing absolutely nothing. I'm pretty sure it's still halted here. Just gonna close it down. K100 is easy to fry. Why would you try and fry it? I mean, mine's not doing too bad. I think I bought this last year on Black Friday. Was that last year? I think it was last year. So far it's good. Oh, when you spill water on it? Oh, just why are you spilling water on it? Don't spill water on it. Oh, you're clumsy. Yeah, you just need a big enough desk then. I think that's what it comes down to. And just use the length of your arms. That's what I do. Granted, like you need a lot of room for a lot of monitors. I have like a 7-foot desk. 113 on SPRC. Let's go. 114. Whiskey sour on it. You know, I used to have a Razer keyboard, and I think I spilled Coke on it or a Monster. It was one or the other, and I thought it was toast anyway, so I literally put it in the dishwasher. And when the dishwasher was done, I took it out and just dried it, and it still worked. I was amazed. Did get rid of all the stickiness, unfortunately, but I managed to clean out the rest myself. But yeah, was the only time I've actually put an electronic device in a dishwasher and it actually work. Although I did put my Xbox in the oven, my Xbox 360. How old was I? I was probably like 16 or something, maybe even younger. But they used to have a problem with their circuit boards that weren't soldered right. And I saw some guy on YouTube stick it in the oven and it fixed it. So I was like, oh, that's cool. And it actually worked. I was really surprised. Yeah. I can't believe it worked. Just some of the stuff that people come up with, like, who thinks of that, you know? Who thinks that their Xbox breaks and they're like, I'm gonna stick this in the oven and it's gonna come out just fine. I just can't imagine coming to that conclusion. It's actually nuts. So we saw a drop down to 82 cents here on AGLE and then back up to 86 cents. Yep. Yeah, no, it works. Apparently, it became a very famous way to fix the red ring of death or whatever they used to call it on the Xbox because it was just like a solder component that wasn't like seated properly. So when you heated it up, the soldering would like loosen a little bit and it would just kind of sink in a little bit better and it would just start to work. So you'd put it on like a low temperature. You're not putting it on like 425 degrees like you're baking cookies or whatever. You're putting it like I think it was like 250 or 300 tops, and you wrap it in a towel in there, which also sounds like a really dumb idea, putting a towel in the oven. Now that I think of it, when I was 16, I didn't really think of it, but I probably wouldn't do that now. And yeah, it works. It just it fixed it. So because they had such a huge problem with that red ring of death when you call them to like get your Xbox fixed, they're like, yeah, you can have it back in like 6 months. So at that point, it's like I'd rather just stick it in the oven and find out if that works. And luckily it does. Do I think it's worth getting back in at 340-ish? I do, because this could run. I mean, it might take a while to run. We're looking at about, yeah, I don't know, maybe even lower. You might even be able to get a 330 entry on it. If you get 330, you can have a 315 stop again, which was, you know, pretty nice. Oh man, Necro. It's up to 365. Yeah. I think that happened to you the other day too. It's getting the best of you. I'm taking some profit here. UNGY 370-ish. Yeah, that was unlucky. Can't really help it though. Happens to me sometimes too. It's hard to be patient, especially when something's just kind of consolidating for a really long time. But you know, given the last couple days here with Epics and QNGY, and I think there's one other stock that was running, or maybe two other stocks that were running. Um, you know, we've been seeing like large run-ups and a consolidation and continuation. So sometimes it's best to hold at least a little bit. It's the market. Yeah, you can't really do anything about it. Almost hit that 380 level, 375 there. So hopefully we hit 385 here and then drop back down. Actually, I kind of don't hope it drops back down because I do not have any more shares or any more day trades left. So that's going to be kind of an issue for me if it drops. But for your sake, I hope it comes back down. AGLE looking pretty good here, 86 cents. AGLE does look good. I do, well, you know what? I think it looks good, but I also am starting to worry because around this 85-cent mark, we're seeing kind of a wall and that MACD's pointed down. The only thing that's really good is the volume right now. Bands are closing in, so you're probably going to hit a consolidation. Maybe back around 80 cents. UNGY really wants to pop here. That's a really bullish candle there. This one's not looking too bad so far. Guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Come on. Just hit 385. Got buying pressure on the two candles before. This one's looking the same. Anytime now. So close. Push. I feel like we're running out of volume here, but still looks like there's lots. Maybe we're just running out of conviction because we're getting close to that high a day. 382. All right, we broke to a new high there, which is good. Still pretty bullish candle here, which is good. Man, things are moving slow now, especially HTCR and SPRC. Oh, so boring. Could also be boring because that Modern Warfare 2 comes out today, and I'm being impatient with it. I think that's it. So that's basically what we predicted on Epics here, right? It didn't break this high, which meant it was a dead cat bounce. So it was just a small recovery, drops back down, small recovery, drops back down. The one thing I will say is it hasn't really broken past this last support area here at 422. So, I mean, you could take that as an entry opportunity. You might see it drop down as low as like 417, but I'd probably be willing to try a 420 entry or 422 entry with a 415 stop. You're not really risking a whole lot. Scratch that. We're not going to try that because that would not have worked. QNGY with a nasty drop. Look at that. There's your entry right there, Necro. Right back down to 334. Epic's dropped as well. Yeah, I would say if this is going to break into that low there, you probably don't want to touch it. Yeah, on a larger scale. You might find some support around the $4 area. Probably not a lot, but you might find some. Yes, I will be playing that after I'm done here. I don't know. I heard that it's got a really big update, which means you might want to start it if you haven't. I've got pretty good internet, so I'm not really too worried about it. I can do like an 80 gig update in like 5 minutes. So I hope it's not bigger than 80 gigs. Now that I'm thinking about it, Call of Duty is usually something that's like a terabyte per update, so I should have probably started it before I started trading, but that's okay. It's a 50 gigs update. That's not too bad. Just being a little dramatic saying it's a terabyte, but I do think Warzone, after you tally up all of the updates, was pretty close to a terabyte, which is just insane for a game that's literally just a battle royale. Makes no sense why they can't crunch their updates a little bit better to not use up so much space. Even if you want to play the campaign, they force updates. Yeah, makes sense. Actually, it doesn't make sense, but I mean, what if you started it offline though? No, you can't start it offline because it's on Steam or Battle.net. So you need to be online for that. Yeah, they got you. They got you. You can't do anything about it. Exactly. Exactly. They don't even replace it though. Like if you go to your game file, it's just absolutely massive. Like I've got a 4 terabyte system and I run out of room because of stuff like that. I think there's another game that does that as well. It's probably also built by Treyarch, but yeah, they're terrible for that. So it's like every couple weeks you have to re-download the entire game for what? Because they put out one new gun or gave you some like a chicken suit costume or something stupid. If it was like maybe an update for their anti-cheat, I would be a little bit more excited about it. I think that was the main reason I quit playing Warzone. There was just like way too many hackers at some point. It was like relatively soon from when it came out, but they just didn't address it for like 6 months, and I lost interest after that. So hopefully, what's it called, Warzone 2.0. is a little bit better. I'm hoping it's got the same combat system as MW2 because I really enjoy how they went back to like the old playstyle, but that's probably because I'm getting old. All the slide canceling bullshit and jetpacks and whatever is just, it's super lame. Come on, QNGY, do something here. What do we got? We got a couple minutes left. SPRC's not doing too bad. So AGLE, what did we say? We said it was going to consolidate around 180. Here we are at 180. So we're going to probably see this move back up now because we did take that fall, which is, not necessarily a good thing, but you do need the pullbacks. That's part of trading, right? So being able to accurately predict the pullback and get in at the bottom is definitely an asset. Does look like it should be moving back up soon, though. We just need some more volume. Okay, so, well, with a cash account, you really have to factor in a couple things. One is how many trades you want to take on average. And then when you have a cash account, you have to worry about, not running out of free cash. That was a bit more of a drop than I expected. When you're using a cash account, whatever cash you use on Monday will not be available again to use until Wednesday. So I'm using 10 trades per day because at 10 trades a day, I can use 5% of the account per trade. So I'm kind of maximizing my cash. And that means I'm utilizing every last bit of it that I can. And then I don't have to worry about ever really running out of cash settled because if I just use the 50%, the next day I can use the second 50%. And by the third day, the first 50% is available again, which is probably the most efficient way. At least it's the most efficient way I've found to run a cash account in the about 5 minutes of thinking that I put into it. So that's basically what I decided to roll with. And on average, I was only really taking anywhere between like 8 to 15 trades a day with a margin account in this market. So I was like, you know what? I could probably just cap it at 10 and be okay with that. Some days it feels kind of limiting. I do miss a play or two, but it hasn't been too bad. So it's not the end of the world. What I do miss is compounding your gains a lot faster with a margin account. I think that's something that I took for granted without needing to use a cash account ever. So yeah, I mean, like if the gains that we got over yesterday and today are probably about $2,000 on a cash account. If I was playing a margin with the same amount of money, that would have easily been, $10,000, $15,000. I probably would have had absolutely no problem with that. Because with a margin account, I'm usually using either 25% of the account per trade or 50% because it's instant cash settlement. So the second you sell your trade, you're good to go with that cash again. QNGY is bouncing back up. Necro, did you get your entry around 340 there? Because you're looking pretty good if you did. I think it dropped to what, 333 there. So it's nice, 341. That's not bad. I take it you've taken some profits here. If not, I would definitely be thinking that would be a half decent idea. HTCR gave up finally. Honestly, I'm kind of glad it gave up because I don't want to be in it. Same with SPCR. I would really like this to either go up or down. I don't really care at this point what direction. I just want to pick one. AGLE is still holding that 380 level nicely, but it did dip a little bit further than expected at 0.78, so you do what you can, I guess. I would wait for this to show some signs breaking above like 0.81, maybe hitting 0.82 here. I feel like the stock is screwing with me. It's every time I say something, it does pretty much, whatever it can to make that feel weird. Dow here is looking. You know what? I don't really like this stock. I wouldn't really suggest playing this one. I don't really see the merits in it. There's very little volume at certain points. You could get trapped. I bet your fill would be bad as well when there's no volume. Like right now, it's got a 3 cent spread, which isn't too bad, but it is what it is. I don't think that one's worth playing though. The price action's hard to read. HELE's got some good volume behind it. I think it's got some price action that's nice. It's almost hitting 82 cents again, which is basically where you want to see it. So hopefully this starts to look a little bit better and hits that 0.82 and starts taking off. SPRC is also going to stop us out. It's the Call of Duty gods at play. They're just like, you know what? It's time to close out all your positions. Epix is yeah, breaking down lower here. So yeah, like we said, $4. You might see a little bit of support, but until then, I wouldn't really consider touching it. Yes, we have the master meeting today as well. Yeah, 12 o'clock or 3 your guys' time. I say your guys' time because I feel like everybody's in the EST's time zone for some reason. Y'all are weird. And I say y'all are weird because I'm a little envious because I have to get up at like 4 in the morning to trade. Yeah, 365. QNG is still looking good. I'm still going to hold on to what I have here for that. We'll just go over the trade tracker quickly and then I'll hop off here. So we made another $1,000 today. That puts us at $23,000. So we're definitely going to beat the goal next month unless we hit a really, really dry market. And even then, I still think we could probably pull through with another 7K. So not too worried about it. Almost an 84% win rate again, which is nice. 10 out of 10 trades today, which is good. I think we got lucky on a couple of these. I think it was the Epix ones. I just happened to scale out a little bit enough on these to squeak away with some profit. Yeah, well, the first one definitely. Second one was okay though. Caught quite a bit more profit off that one. But yeah, that QNGY stock really held us up today. Besides QNGY, there's been like nothing that's really running. So I'm glad we took the play. I think we missed, you know, maybe a solid 10 or 15% at the beginning because I was too hesitant to getting in, but you know, gotta do it at some point. So I'm glad we did it because it ended up being a big play the first time around. And this one might actually end up being a good play again. I think that it's consolidated nicely and it could go up for another afternoon run. So hopefully that's the case. You're ESTing up at 350 anyway. Will you trade pre-market? I don't. If I traded pre-market, I'd be doing graveyard shifts. Yeah, it's not worth doing the pre-market for me. Somebody asked me to do pre-market. I was like, nope, not happening. Nope, can't do it. Yeah, and futures. Yeah. I don't like trading futures prior to market open. I think it's too slow, but I also don't really watch it, so it is what it is. No, I like almost never take pre-market trades. Pre-market trades are hard because you have to limit order in, right? You can't have stop losses. So I'm really big on risk management, and if you can't have a stop loss and you have to limit order, it's hard, right? You could get hit by an institutional buy or sell that just ruins your account. So on a cash account, it's not that bad. You're only risking 5% of your account per trade, but on a margin account, if you're putting 25% of your account in and it drops 20% on you, you're pretty screwed. Exactly. It's stressful. So I just I try not to do pre-market trades. Sometimes I'll take a pre-market trade. I'll buy in really close to market open if I think it's going to run on open just to get like a really good entry. But beyond that, I don't really worry too much about it. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna hop off. Hopefully y'all made some money today. I will see you students in a few hours here at 12, and I will see the rest of you on Monday. Take care, guys. Have a good weekend.